Just 2 weeks ago, the DOJ determined Boeing violated the terms of their deferred prosecution agreement. That let the company avoid prosecution. An attorney for one of the victims says the purpose of today's meeting was to get feedback from the families on whether or not to move forward with a fresh prosecution.
DOJ has determined that Boeing violated the conditions of the deferred prosecution agreement. The question remains, what is DOJ going to do about it?
Friday, Department of Justice officials met with victim families from the two MAX 8 crashes that killed 340 people to consider next steps.
They could extend the original deferred prosecution agreement. They could make another plea agreement with Boeing, or they can proceed forward with a fresh prosecution.
Darcy Belanger died in the Boeing 737 MAX 8 crash in Ethiopia. This was one of the last videos taken of him as he waited for his flight to Kenya for a UN meeting.
And I'm super excited to be going because there's a whole team of MAPS ambassadors.
Lindquist represents Darcy's wife.
Though the victim families are pleased that the Department of Justice has determined Boeing violated the deferred prosecution agreement, there was still a lot of frustration in the room. First, victim families would like to see individual executives at Boeing prosecuted, not just the company.
He says the DOJ indicated there are obstacles to prosecution, including a statute of limitations, with the crashes happening more than 5 years ago, and potential problems with providing proof. That after employee Mark Fortner was acquitted by a jury.
DOJ looks at the acquittal of Mark Fortner as an example of the risk involved in a trial. Personally, I view Mr. Fortner differently than a top-ranked executive. Jurors acquitted Fortner, I think, because he looked like a scapegoat.
Lindquist says despite obstacles, victim families feel it's time to bring down the hammer.
There was a general sense from the victim families that DOJ is not prosecuting this case vigorously enough.
We reached out to Boeing for comment. They sent a statement saying that they were sorry to all of those who lost loved ones, and the company believes they have honored the terms of the agreement and will respond to the Justice Department on this issue. There isn't a timeline yet on when the DOJ might decide how they will move forward. In the newsroom, Jennifer Dowling, Fox 13 News.